Hi everyone, I'm Vasant. I'm a PhD candidate in electrical engineering, but I work closely with biomedical signal processing. I work in the Talkachova Lab, which is in the biomedical department, and Dr. Talkachova is my research advisor. Our lab primarily focuses on cardiac electrophysiology and understanding the electrical properties of the heart. Um, we do both numerical simulations and animal experiments, mainly focused on optical mapping. Uh, Other than that, we also have collaborations with clinicians and obtain clinical data to perform some clinical data analysis. My research is primarily involves in finding new target sites for ablation in patients with atrial fibrillation. So, atrial fibrillation is a disease where there is irregular electrical rhythms in the upper two chambers of the heart. I would be happy to share more details. If you're interested, you can contact me. And what we do is we have developed some signal processing algorithms that will be able to identify this specific abnormal electrical activities that can be mapped onto a 3D surface later. And what we do is once we apply these algorithms on the clinical data, we try to identify some new sites and suggest those sites to the clinicians. So other than the research, I would say there has been wonderful experiences of attending conferences, especially some, to be specific, like heart rhythm scientific sessions, AHA scientific sessions, where you can interact with your peers and you also see the wide variety of research that is going on in your same subject area. It is very useful. Those are some things that we have done. You also get to present a lot of posters to different events that runs across in both inside University of Minnesota and throughout United States and internationally. Finally, what I would say is from an international student perspective, if you're worried about Minnesota winters, I would suggest you not to be because it is pretty pleasant. Where I come from, it never goes below 75 degrees Fahrenheit, tropical India. But I found Minnesota winters to be much pleasant. You still have outdoor activities like skiing, skating. You just need to be well equipped, dress properly, and you will overcome the winter easily. Hope to see you all at U of M.
Hi guys, my name is Raven. I'm a third-year PhD student in electrical engineering department. I have been working in Dr. Talkachova Lab for 3 years. My research interest is biology signal processing, numerical analysis, and data investigation. I also take part in optical mapping experiment, develop library program, and collect clinical data from practical procedure. The current work for me is to transfer previous atrial fibrillation analyzing tools from simulation, animal experiment to clinical situations and optimize the pre-processing step such as initial filtering and noise analysis. Here is an example for my project one. We determined the optimal bandpass filter for frequency analysis on intracardiac electrograms by using the pure data-driven approach K-means clustering. It has been shown that panel C has the most clear clustering result and thus the bandpass filter of 3 to 15 Hz is the optimal one. Based on the developed methods in the recent years, such as MSE and MSF, more novel methods, such as DMSE, are created to track the dynamic of rotors and map the complexity of the heart. According to the figure here, DMSE can provide a video and show the dynamic electrical activity of heart and thus provide more information in the time scale. We also compare our analyzed result with clinical outcome. then try to build up a more effective mapping and detection strategy during ablation procedure, which is a common use treatment of AF. That's all I have today. Thanks for your interest.
Hello, my name is Sam. I'm an incoming master's student in the biomedical engineering department here at the University of Minnesota. As an undergrad, I spent 1.5 years working with Professor Talkachova on nonlinear dynamics of EKG signals research projects. I really enjoyed my time working with her and plan to continue working with her throughout my master's. Here in Minnesota, I find a lot of enjoyment in the winter activities as well as golf and summer activities such as hiking and the Minnesota State Fair.
Hi, I'm Sanket, a master's student in the biomedical engineering department. The lab develops novel signal processing techniques to analyze clinical data consisting of ECGs and intracardiac electrograms, and I work on mapping those results of the analysis on the patient-specific 3D heart model. Recently, we developed an open source software called vgram to generate 3D maps for different analysis techniques. This is a tool for researchers that provides a validation capability prior to clinical implementation. The lab has been a great opportunity for me to work with clinical data and get involved in solving real world problems. All in all, it has been fun working with Professor Talkachova and all the lab members.
Thank you all for your time. We have other graduate and undergraduate students working in our lab. We also have many other different projects going on. Please check our lab webpage out. We have the URL posted. Please feel free to reach out to us as well. You can drop in a mail and we'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you all once again.